Okay, so hey guys, can you guess what I wasn't planning on doing today? I'll give you a hint. It starts with streaming and it ends with Gundam Battle Mobile. You need a better hint. I didn't expect to be streaming Gundam Battle Mobile on a Friday night. Okay, so we just suddenly got dropped the Jagged Arch and the Live Lance. So I'm going to take a look at them, see what they're all about, and we'll take a look. No event to go with these. I assume, though, that they're going to be part of the event that's coming normal news day on next week. So if you roll these, you're effectively just preparing for that event. At least that would be my assumption. Remember, I'm not Bandai. I have no fucking idea what's going on here. It's just, I can't see them dropping this Super Sokai now and then having something else in the tank for the rest of the month. That just seems like even this is fucking weird. So, I don't know. Maybe you want to sit on your Haro until the event starts. Anyways, let's take a look. I guess we'll just start from the top. We'll start with the Live Lance. Okay, big ol' spiderback. With Lance category equipped, EX skill power boosted by 30%. We only... Okay, so we're starting to get more Lances, I guess. Like, not a ton still, but the EX skill power boost is nice. Fits in with the theme of this suit. Statistically... Okay, we're looking at about 2200 melee attack and about 4300 shot. For a melee head, that's actually pretty good. You know, the stats are pretty nice on that. High mobility, close combat tags, both of them are very good tertiary tags. They do enable quite a bit, so yeah, I see no real issues with this. Good stuff. Good stuff. The solid head. Let's take a look at our torso. The Megasonic Cannon. D-Power A Pierce. It's D-Power. I figure alteration is going to push it up to something of value, but until then, this is hot garbage. Yeah, no thanks. D-Power. Statistically. Alright, so we're looking at about 2300 melee and about 2300 shot. For a torso, that's pretty fucking stacked. Well, that's what the Live Lance is based off of. The Death Scythe. So... yeah. At least I'm pretty sure it is, based on its silhouette when its wings are closed. Anyways, so statistically, no issues. Word tag, still the tertiary flexibles. The EX skill, though, being D-Power, big thumbs down on that. But again, I figure alteration will save it, so we'll take a look. The arms. The Live Lance Heaven Arms. With power attribute, enemy melee power reduced. That's an interesting trait to see on this type of suit. Do keep in mind this will only affect the suit these arms are equipped onto. I find it interesting that they're reduced. Like, it's a solid number at least. You know, it's not like 20% or something. You know, it's a full 30, but... yeah. High mobility. We swap out close combat for a Gundam type, another really good tertiary tag. Numerically, looking at about 5300 melee attack, pretty good for a pair of arms. Shot attack, token like 1200 or so, to be expected. It is a melee suit first and foremost. Good numbers, good numbers. Traits kind of meh, tags are very requiring backslot. Infighter job, melee power boost by 40%. There's our 40% modifier on this suit. Nice. Alright, I find it weird that it's not on the arms, but sure, we'll take legs. Whatever. Numerically, okay. So we're looking at about 2800 melee attack on the legs. I think that is the highest melee attack that we've seen now on a non-integrated leg part. Pretty good. Good trait, good stats. Tags are flexible. Okay, no complaints on that. Backpack exclusion. Okay. Take up your beam lance and overwhelm the enemy with a thrusting shooting combo attack. So this seems to be the cutscene, purely based on the cooldown. I find it interesting. It starts with a C power, A plus Pierce. If it's a true cutscene, I don't really see much of an issue with this, but due to the low initial cooldown and the long other cooldown, I'm not really sure what to make of this skill. I'm going to assume it's a cutscene though. We'll work with that in mind. C power, bad. Alteration will probably push this up to S or maybe double S if the Jagged Arch isn't the one that gets it this time. We'll see when we get there. Statistically, we're looking at about 2800 melee attack. We're looking at about 1700 shot. Yeah, no, this guy is packing the melee. He's packing it. Okay. I have no real complaints about this. I wish the EX skill was stronger, but again, I am completely assuming that the alteration will fix it. So, Lance Throw. Alright, we found the Yeet. The Yeet of all Yeets. You literally just throw your beam lance. That sounds pretty dope. All things, it's better than throwing shields or stuff, you know? You actually throw the spear. High mobility, Gundam type, flexible tags. Statistically, that's a good set of numbers. I have no complaints. The beam lance looks pretty solid. Obviously, my only complaint is the D power on the EX, but again, alteration will most likely salvage that, so we'll wait until we get there to really kind of make heads or tails of it. Okay. So, that's a lot of melee on the Live Lance Heaven. Like, that has a lot of melee stacked across that suit. I guess my only real complaint about it are the lackluster initial stats for all of its EX skills. Those are kind of a letdown. And I guess the tags as well. It doesn't really pack any of the primary tags that you'd want on a melee build, but it does give you a lot of tertiary selection, so you can just use the back slot and get the most out of it. Alright, let's take a look at the Jagged Arch. While high firepower, recover 20 armor gradually. Okay, so this is a Super Sokai suit, right? We didn't accidentally stumble into a standard weak here. Fuck. Okay. Statistically, looking about 2000 melee attack, about 4700 shot. Okay, that's a good amount of melee on there, a healthy amount of shot. Alright, high firepower, ace exclusive, nice shot tags on there. No real complaints about that. Nothing really stands out other than that horrific trait. Torso, with dual sabers equipped, enemy melee power reduced by 30%. I guess that's the motif of this week's Super Sokai, is they all get a really bad trait at minimum 1. High firepower, high mobility, good tertiary. Statistically, we're looking at about 2700 melee attack. We're looking at about, 2100 in shot for a torso. Those numbers are pretty good. Yep, for sure. Again, though, the traits are really falling behind, but, the word tags are usable. The stats are good still. Arms, with technique attribute, melee power boost by 30%. Alright, so that's kind of something more standard we'd expect to see from the arms of a suit. I find it interesting, though, as most of the Jagged Arch seems to be kind of focused more towards shot, but I guess it's kind of a hybrid suit at the end of the day, because it's a fusion of, like, all the other thrones, the best of them all. So it makes sense for it to kind of split melee and shot and kind of search out for a sweet balance between them, Alright, 5100 melee attack on the arms. Pretty good. 2k shot attack. It's good. Ace exclusive high firepower. I find that very questionable, that ace exclusive tag with that trait, but aight. Legs. The GN Fangs. Alright. A plus C minus power, and this is a basic funnel. Hopefully, when we switch over to alterations, we see this with a slightly higher power, but do remember, this is melee, it does use the melee modifier, so C minus will still hit hard, but not nearly as hard as the other fangs we have available that are at, I think they're at like B power, so wait until we see the alterations for this. Yeah, as you can see here on the screen, the Jagged Arch just got released. We're taking a peek-see at it now. And I actually just realized the chat's really, like, screwy for some reason. It seems to really like the blue names for some reason. Let me see if I can change that, because Yeah, that's no good. Can I even change? I can change it, but it looks like it's going to be CSS. Ugh, and I really don't want to play around with CSS in the middle of stream. I'll just leave it. Blue is good though. Yeah, I just find it very hard to read on the gray boxes, you know? Don't mind me. Anyways, back to what we were doing. So the GN Fang on here, not terrible, not amazing. Yeah. Shot and melee mixed together. Well, we'll see. Like, if somebody rolls it and can check it, that'd be pretty dope. I don't think I'm gonna... Maybe I'll roll a little bit on the live lance just because, but not on the Jagged Arch. I don't like the aesthetics of it, and so far I'm not really impressed by it. Anyways, it's okay in its current form. Numerically though, no real complaints. We're looking at about 2600 melee attack. We're looking at about 1800, 1900 shot attack. For a pair of legs, that's pretty solid. High firepower and high mobility, those are both good tertiary tags, so again, no real complaints there either. Alright, backpack. Aha, Trinity Hunting. So use your GN High Mega Launcher and GN Buster Sword. You get a 29% melee and shot attack boost for the squad, and the squad resists flinching. This is your big cutscene, A Power, D Pierce. Okay. High firepower, high mobility again. Numerically, actually more or less the exact same as the legs. Okay. Nice. So that's going to pretty much be the piece de resistance once we take a look at alterations, I assume, for that. Take another look at the Jagged Arch head. That's also kind of a sleeper. Recover armor? Really? On a Super Sokai suit? Blech. At least numerically it's good, so you can always swap out the traits on the back, but... Anyways, the GN Buster Swords. Double Saber Shear, A-, B-. Alright. To my understanding, Double Saber Shear's animation's never been good, so that kind of puts it as a write-off. On top of that, it is directly competing with all the other dual blades in the pool. I find it lacking, personally, compared to some of the other options, especially ones that are in the pick ticket pool. Try again later. Alright. Statistically, nothing to complain about. That'll easily push 10k. High firepower, high mobility, good tertiaries. So really the only issue is that it has less than ideal EX skill / trait. That's pretty much it. Other than that, it's a more or less solid weapon. You can always backslot to fix the EX skill / trait in the word tags if you need to, but statistically, you know, it's a pair of metal doors on sticks. I imagine there might be at least one really good piece. Yeah, we'll check the alterations. That's where I assume that they're going to be hiding. Well, Ace exclusive EX skill power boosted by 40%. Hey, would you look at that? A pair of dual guns that has a very, very powerful trait. Nice. Statistically, numbers are reading out. Nice. Word tag high firepower, Ace exclusive. Nice. I like these guns. They're really, really nice. Unless I'm mistaken, the Strike Freedom's guns, although they had a lot of numbers on them, suffered from having a poor trait. Let me double check, because it's been a hot minute since I took a look at my Strike Freedom. I can't remember off the top of my head anymore. There's so many friggin' parts. See Destiny, and it was definitely a 6-star part. Where's the beam guns? Probably would have been easier if I also filtered by dual rifle. I believe this is it. Gundam Seed Destiny, yep. Okay, so EX skill power boosted by 21% on a speed machine, and long shooter jobs shooting power boost by 28. Capped out, that's going to be what? 30, 35? Yeah. Okay, so that's actually pretty good, but I wonder what the alteration is going to bring. Okay, we're going to look at the Jagged Arch's guns first, because I really want to see what that brings to the table. Okay, Jagged Arch guns. Yeah, Alright, well, Ace exclusive 40%, shot damage raised by 20%. Ooh, that is spicy tamales right there. I like that upgrade. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna go back. We're gonna pretend I didn't look. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a look at the alterations for these two suits. Normally, you know, I'd also look at the event shops and the Twitter and stuff, but we already know they don't post the Twitter videos for the Super Sokai. They would have done it by now, but they haven't. And there's no event to look at. There's just the alterations. For anyone that hasn't seen me talk about alterations before, very simple. I only look at the EX skill or the part trait to see what's been improved. It's more or less a given that the stats are going to be increased. We have less than 10 cases so far where the stats have been drastically changed to the point of being more or less a different part. I leave each individual person before they alternate their part to take a look, make sure it is what they want out of it, and then invest the resources into it. But it is safe to assume that it's just going to be a stat increase. The word tags don't change, and so all that matters, EX skill or trait. That's all I look at. Okay. Let's take a look at the Jagged Arch, and then we're going to bippity-boppity on over to Live Lance. Okay. While high firepower, recover 20 armor gradually. That's hot garbage. With twin rifle category equipped, EX skill power boost by 35%. That's a pretty solid second trait. Quite unfortunately, though, the first trait completely kneecaps it. I don't think it's worth heavily investing into this part unless you're a real fan of the Jagged Arch, because frankly, that second trait really just like shoots it in the foot. Or the first trait shoots it in the foot. The second trait's good, but the first one just... brutal. Okay. So let's take a look at the torso. With dual saber categories equipped, enemy melee power reduced. We've already talked about that. It's solid, but it's not really what I'd expect from a Super Sokai suit, and you can't really put it on a support suit to go with you into battle because it only affects the suit it's equipped onto. While high mobility, EX skill power boosted by 35%. Another really powerful trait, completely kneecapped by the existence of the first trait. Again, on its own, it's a very nice trait, but because of the amount of investment you need to get it, I don't really think it's worth it. Again, unless you really like the suit or you have excess materials, whatever. But if you're someone that's strapped for it, I highly recommend not using it on this part or the head. That first trait just really kills its total overall longevity value, you know? Yeah, it has a lot of numerical, like, offensive stats, but so will the suits that come out in a couple of weeks from now. Right? Like every festival, every Sokai, our stat ceiling is going up and up very slowly. So even if you don't roll the Jagged Arch, even if you don't alternate it, whatever, a couple of weeks from now, there'll probably be something with better stats in the pool. So it's not really a big loss. Arms. With Technique Attribute, melee power boost by 30%. As I said, that's pretty good. With Technique Attribute, buff EX effect up 30%. Remember, the way that Gundam Battle Mobile works, or Gundam Breaker Mobile works, is it is a flat stacking number. So if we have, for example, the buff that gives you 29% melee and 29% shot attack buff, you just add 30%. It's now 59% buff. That's just the way this game does it. I think it's personally ridiculous because you can get some stupid values, but hey, you know what? I don't develop the game. I just talk about it and play it. What's my opinion worth anyways? Both of these traits are pretty solid. I think the first trait definitely has slightly more weight towards being amazing than the second one, because a lot of people I've noticed actually are running like a triple either yeets or magazines or things that don't give buffs, and instead they tweak their traits so that they have stupid amounts of buffs before the fight even starts. So this may not affect those people, but if you're someone that does have buffs on your EX skill or something, then here you go. It's a practical freebie. Yeah, and that's the other thing too, as was stated in the chat, you do only need the Technique Attribute to activate both, so it's a very low bar of entry for that. Really good. Really good. Legs. Alright, Jianfang, how are you fixed? A+, B+. Alright, that's gonna hit like a small fucking truck. Yeah, so the way that funnels work, melee funnels are doing stupid damage right now while shot funnels are hitting like wet noodles, so this is gonna hurt. It's going to hurt a lot, because not only does it have B+ power, which on paper, on 99% of EX skills that have B+ power, makes them hit really hard, but it also has A+ pierce, meaning you're ignoring the majority of your target's armor and resistances to begin with. It's vicious. Vicious, vicious, vicious. Backpack. Trinity Hunter. Okay, so this is a single S skill, not a double S. So the melee boost goes up to 39%, the shot attack boost stays at 29%, and the other buffs are the same. No real complaints about that, it's a solid upgrade. However, this is definitely an upgrade we would normally see from a typical festival or Sokai suit, not something that I'd expect from a high-end Super Sokai suit, you know? It's good, but... Alright, swords. Let's take a look at these swords. Come on, double saber shear, wow me. Okay, you know what, that did actually kind of wow me. You know, A-, A-. It's gonna hit hard. Unfortunately, the animation for double saber shear is pretty trash. So, use that at your own peril, is pretty much the way I'd put it. It's gonna hit hard, but you're risking it for the biscuit. Okay. And we already took a look at the guns, but we're gonna take another look at them anyways. So, while 8's exclusive, EX skill power boosts by 40%. If you're running a shot machine, you're going to have 8's exclusive, and probably Commander as well. Those are like the two best word tags for shot builds, you know, the 10% shot attack buff. And then the second trait requires shot damage raise 20%. So that means you're taking 20% extra shot damage. The thing is, don't get hit. That's pretty much what this game boils down to. So as long as you don't get hit, that is a completely write-off, and you get a 40% shooting power boost, on top of a 40% EX skill power boost. I see really no issues with this. This is pretty good. Someone told me to check the full stats. Wow, that almost goes to 12k. That is terrifying. After mods, it goes well past 12k. Almost 13k. Jesus Christ, that is horrifying. Good lord. Okay, I may want a copy of these. Do they have the Twitter videos for the suits? I'm not even going to check, frankly, because the last 3 Super Sokai banners, they haven't had it. I'm not expecting them this time either. Okay, cool stuff. Well, let's take a look at the live lance, and then we'll take a look at whatever notices there are, and then wrap it up. Strike Freedom dual rifle suffering so hard right now. Yeah, you know, you're right. The Strike Freedom dual rifles are really falling behind now, but like, what do you expect, right? Once it gets its... Wait, Strike Freedom didn't... You know, no, it did get its alteration. Ouch. Well then, yeah, we are going to have to rely on like the amazing Strike Freedom or the perfect Strike Freedom or something to salvage at this point, because the Strike Freedom's just fallen behind. Okay, so live lance. Let's take a peek-see. What we got? With Lance category equipped, EX skill power boost by 30%. Sure. With Lance category equipped, EX skill power boost by 35%. There you go. You put a Lance on your suit, bada bing, you got a 65% EX skill power boost. That's as symbiotic as it comes. I like it. Nice stuff. Torso. Alright, A, B+. Now, this does really boil down to the actual animation involved with this. Typically, Shot has a little more lenience to its animations because they don't require you to get up close, you know, they're ranged. However, in the same token, they can still have bad animations. They take a really long time to charge up, you know, see the X. Sometimes they're spray and pray. We had a recent suit that did that with its torso. So the animation does still matter for Shot, but a lot less than Melee, so I get a little more leniency. It's definitely not me playing favorites, I swear, guys. So I'm going to say on paper this looks pretty solid, but it will need to actually be used in animation scene to really kind of make heads or tails of, is it really good, or eh. With power attribute, enemy melee power reduced by 30%. Not great. When attacking with Beam, EX skill power boosts by 35%. Now that's interesting. Remember, Beam, there are Beam Melee and Beam Shot EX skills, meaning that this can actually be used in either type of build. With its high mobility and Gundam type tags, that can actually feed into either a Shot or Melee build. On top of that, the stat distribution does also, although heavily favoring Melee, obviously, because it's a Melee pair of arms, it does still have enough shot attack to be used in lieu of you having a very high statted arm for a shot build. You know, maybe you only rolled for the live lance, and you know, you don't have any other arms on hand. This might fit the bill still. It's okay, you know, you can use it for kind of both builds. I'm still just not a fan of that first trait. I think it was a real waste to put that on a Super Sokai suit, a lot like how I feel about the head and torso trait 1 for the Jagged Arch, but, you know, here we are. In Fighter Job, melee power boost by 40%, and with Lance category equipped, another EX skill power boost by 40%. Do remember the head also has 2 of those steroids packed in. There's a lot of, with Lance, EX skill power boost on here. Very symbiotic set of parts. I can't really complain about that. Nice. Backpack. What happened to Exclusion? A+, A-. Alright, so now we're looking a little more like a strong cutscene. I'm still really kind of not knowing how to feel about the fact that it's A+, A-. Seems really weird to me. Seems really weird. Alright. Beam Lance. If you're not the double S skill, this feels like a sham. A, B+. Okay. So long and short, looking at the alterations for the Jagged Arch and Live Lance, they're good. I think the best part in this entire Super Sokai was the Jagged Arch guns, just because it eclipses the Strike Freedom guns, which were the best dual guns to date. These are now better. Other than that, though, all the parts just, they're kind of there. Like, the Live Lance does something really neat, adding all of those with the Lance category equipped things onto it, because that's kind of what the suit's all about. And it's really cool, really symbiotic, makes it kind of work, you know? But then you look at the rest of the parts overall, and it's more like side grades than upgrades. This could have been a normal Sokai. This could have been a normal festival, and it would have totally fit in, minus the crazy stats, but I guess that's kind of what we're expecting these days anyways. It feels like this, and with the timing, it feels almost like a rushed banner, you know? And it's a shame, because both of these suits have potential. The Live Lance, I personally think, looks really cool. The Jagged Arch, I may not be the biggest fan of its aesthetics, but I know a lot of people are big fans of the suit. And they could have done this so much better. But when I look at both of these suits, and all I can think is, this Lance is pretty good because it's another Yeet, and the Jagged Arch guns are pretty good because they're better than the SF guns, and that's all I really take away from this, it kind of feels like, you know? Yeah, it just feels kind of meh. This is a normal Sokai, just not called as such. It has Super Sokai on the banner. I was expecting a Super Sokai like the other Super Sokais we had the last few weeks, where at least there was one EX skill that had double S, something that made you go, wow, that looks really cool, really strong, I want that. This is just kind of like, Like, the Lance would be cool to have, because, you know, it's another Yeet to add to my arsenal, but I can live without it, right? And the Jagged Arch guns, as cool as they are, it's like, I've invested a ton of time and resources into the Strike Freedom guns. You know, I could get the Jagged Arch guns for sure and alternate it, but is it really worth me throwing a bunch of Haro at it for an upgrade? Like, a slight upgrade, mind you. It's not a crazy, you know, chasm crossing upgrade. It's just like a few thousand extra shot points and some slightly better traits. That's really it. Granted, you know, if you're into min-maxing, sure. But if you're just like a casual player or something, this is completely, like, this is a complete pass. Both of these suits are just... They look great, but yeah. Are there any non-Super Sokai parts with 40% buffs? Not yet. And I say yet very, very specifically because we need to wait a few more weeks after this whole Super Sokai thing has calmed down to see if they start releasing 40% as the new standard. We don't know yet. Right, leading up to this Super Sokai line, we've seen the stat ceiling slowly climbing up, and then the Super Sokai has really like brought it up. So we need to see, does this continue past the end of the Super Sokai, which is the 31st of August? Or does it, you know, does it continue? Does it go back down to what it used to be, and the Super Sokai was the high point? Is it going to go higher? We don't know. And we got to wait for that to kind of, you know, give it some time to really see. But yeah. Non-Super Sokai, we had that Urgent Battle. Frankly, I would actually group that, like, under, like a Super Sokai almost, because that Urgent Battle was to upgrade the... Oh, no, wait. What was the Urgent Battle again? I'm having a brain fart right now. Is that banner still up? Should be. Yeah, so that unicorn feels almost like a Super Sokai that didn't have the name stuck on it to go with the Wing Zero alteration, just to add a little more flavor to the pools. Oh, thanks, Kevin. Yeah, I'm actually really excited to move into that place. Yeah, for anyone that isn't on my Discord, I did finally get the housing situation figured out. So beginning October, because my brother and I take possession of the house by September the 29th. So starting October, I'm going to start making a schedule for more consistent streaming. And I'm going to start, for one, Tales of Arise. I am super excited for that game. Like, I don't think you guys understand how excited I am for that game. And I want to share that with you guys because I know that it's from personal experience. When I watch somebody that's enjoying what they're playing, it's a really good experience. So what I'm going to do is even though I've pre-purchased Tales of Arise for Steam, I'm going to wait until I get into that house, get my streaming setup all done, and I'll start streaming Tales of Arise. And it's going to be a full playthrough start to finish. So if you want to see how that game is and all that, feel free to tune in. I'll post a kind of a schedule or something once October hits. And I've kind of solidified how I'm going to be tackling my job and streaming. But yeah, expect more stuff from there. Anyways, regarding this stuff for Gundam Breaker Mobile, the suits are nice. If you're a brand new player, both of them bring stupid amounts of stats to the table and lots of really good stuff. If you're a more established player, this can actually be completely skipped because there's no super upgrades in here. There's some really nice, like little step ups, but that's it, right? I don't know if it's actually going to be worth throwing, 10k Haro, 15k Haro to, try to get a part to get a slight increase when most of the other parts are garbage, right? Your discretion, though. Okay. Well, we have a house walk-in stream. I could actually do... I don't know if I'll do a stream, but I'll probably end up doing like a short video showing off the new place and my stream setup once it's all done. Because, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to wrap up, guys. It's 11:30. I wasn't even expecting to do the stream in the first place, so... Yeah. Oh, actually, one thing I do want to check before I wrap up real quick. I remember hearing about there was something in the notifications that I heard somebody mention. I want to check that real fast. All right, so we got our maintenance notice. Okay, yeah. So I was given the okay for this. I'm going to let you guys know. For one, as part of the announcement here, as you can see on the screen, for anyone that got the Helios parts that were buggy, so you got the debug Helios parts that weren't doing the right damage, didn't have the right stats, whatever, those are all going to be removed from your inventory. And fast forward to post-maintenance, they're going to return the parts that you recycled back into your inventory for you. So you'll be able to recycle those to get the actual Helios parts instead of debug parts this time around. So for anyone that got, I guess, screwed by that, I hope you're happy. The other one, though, that I was told was in the notices, but I haven't seen it yet, the Cubily, the one that we got a couple of weeks ago that had the 2 marks. Lots of people were questioning about and going, why does it only have 2 marks? It is supposed to have 3 marks. They are addressing the issue. They don't know when they're going to implement it. Or sorry, we don't know when it's going to be implemented, but the fix is coming. It is meant to have 3 marks and all that fun stuff. Yeah, bug fixes. Do you think the last 3 battle log suits will be released next week? No. The last time we had a shadow drop double suit setup like this, we got the event suit solo later. I'm assuming the same thing's going to happen here. They may save those 2 suits for Christmas, or the 3 suits for like Christmas time or something. Frankly, no idea. But considering the Helios, the Blazing, all these Super Sokai banners end on the 31st of August, it's a pretty clear sign that the Super Sokai thing they're doing ends after August. So I can't see them carrying it on. I might be wrong. Maybe they'll do a 3-suit bonanza next week or something. Well, who knows? But I don't think so. Check the Horror Chip sale. There's a campaign bonus for it. Is there? Oh, there it is. 7 purchases of 20k Haro. Wow. We'll send you a gift comparing how many purchases you've made in August. 1 purchase is 1,000. Wow. Now, I'm curious here. Oh, okay, no. So this is only for the 20k. I was like, could I just purchase anything? No, it seems like you do have to buy the 20k Haro to get these extra gift rewards. I don't really think it's worth it, frankly. But, you know, if you really need a specific 5-star part, there is a 5-star part exchange ticket. From my understanding, that is not a limited 5-star part exchange ticket. That is just a 5-star part exchange ticket. So don't be thinking you're going to get free pick of the limited stuff in there. I don't think that's the case. Yeah, interesting. Anything else interesting in here? Oh yeah, right. We also have they're doing the AI build project each week. This week is Char's Commander-in-Chief, which was pretty cool. The CIC edition. I'm not paying $100 for a part. Yeah, actually, you'd have to pay more than that because it's $80 USD per pack, and you need to buy 2 packs for 1 ticket. And then when you buy the third, so $100, you get 1,000 extra Haro. $200, you get a 5-star part and 2,000 extra Haros. $300, you get, what, 4,500 extra Haro chips and 2 5-star parts. Ooh, fancy. Don't get me wrong, for the big whales and stuff, this is okay, but it doesn't really affect the majority of us. Don't think it's $100 per part. I think that's a small bonus for buying the packs. Yeah, but the thing is, whenever you add like an exchange ticket item into a campaign bonus like this, it really does feel like, oh yeah, you know, buy 60k worth or buy 40,000 Haro and you get to pick a 5-star part. Sure, it's in there as a thank you, but come on, we can all see past the wink wink nudge nudge. Yeah. Actually, if I went to purchase the Haro right now, it would probably also be about 100. Actually, if it's $80 USD, that translates to, I think it's like $112 Canadian right now or something. So yeah, I'm getting gouged. It's pain buying Haro. I wish I could though, because I really do want to get a stockpile back up for Christmas. I think I'll just start saving from here on. I've been kind of loose with it, but anyways, yeah, neat. Neat. Oh, right, there was something else too. So, let me see. I think it's in here somewhere. It should be in here. Where is it? Is it under important or other? I guess it's going to be under importando. Nope, not in there either. I could have swore I saw it on the news site earlier today. Maybe I'm just going crazy. I guess I am just going crazy. But anyways, the I see people have talked about it already in the chat, but yeah, we are pretty much about done. When I'm done though, the video will be VOD, so you can just go back and take a look at the suits as I talk about them if you're interested in that, because I'm not going to go back over them again. Give me a second here. I want to find the actual news announcement for it, because where is it? Oh, right. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I'm going to bring this image up here and we're going to talk about this briefly. Just give me a second here. Again, this was a completely unexpected stream. I expected to be doing all of this like next week, not today. So my apologies for this ending bit being completely friggin' scuffed, but I hope you guys can understand that I only had so much power over this. And we go there. That's where I put the photo. I put the photo in the folder. Wow, that is way bigger than I expected it to be. Shrink. No, shrink, not move. God damn it. Yeah. I'll do this. Yeah, we'll just put it there, nice and comfy. So, I don't know if you guys have seen the news for this yet, it's there. So this is the big bad panel, all that stuff. I don't know if this is the most recent photo or not. This is the one I have on hand, so I apologize in advance if this is the wrong version, but the information is generally the same. I swear. Anyways, I'm really excited for this. I hope you guys are too. If you don't know what it is, it's right there on the screen. So the Gundam Breaker Battlelog PV recently came out, and there's a big panel that's happening from Bandai Namco on the 26th there, as you can see, 4 p.m. PDT, and they're going to be talking about the Battlelog. They're going to be talking about Gundam, all this fun stuff. I highly recommend that if you're available, you watch it. Let me check. 8/26. That's Thursday. That's next week. You know what I might do? I'll check to see if they're okay with me restreaming it, because I really want to watch this. Anyways, good stuff. Nick's gonna be there. That's the community manager, in case you guys forgot. You have Xavier and David from there. What the heck? I see the acronym there, and my brain's like putting it together. But they've been on streams before in the past regarding like Gunpla models and stuff. So I would say just show up if you're able to. Watch. Gonna be dope. Yeah, and Vampy's the host. I don't know how many of you guys actually know Vampy, but she was there during the LA meetup. Really nice. Yeah, probably gonna be a lot of fun. And yeah, I don't know if it's live or pre-recorded though. That's the only thing I don't know about it. Who? What? Well, the what? Gundam Online Expo. It's a panel. The who? Vampy bit me. I don't know how much Gundam stuff she's actually done. But yeah, check her out if you want. Anyways, I'm going to end the stream here because I'm tired. And like I said, I wasn't planning to do the stream, but I think I've talked about really everything I wanted to. Game content, I've talked about the panel, because like I said, I'm excited for this. I'm looking forward to it. Mainly because I remember the last time we had that like live stream with Nick hosting. That was so much fun to watch. So I'm really looking forward to this one as well. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what drops on Sunday now. Are we getting more suits, just an event, what's going on? But we'll see. Peace out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.